are on.
We're on.
Faces proper. Come on, hostess with the mostess.
I've got food in my mouth. You do it.
Perfect timing. Oh wait.
This is so good. Okay, well, welcome to back to Captain Care Bears.
Care Bears, did she just say?
Care Bears.
I think that's what she
Yeah,
said.
Care Bears
Oh,
RPG.
Care Bears.
I think we're fighting Care Bears.
Wish.
Put the end to the saccharine sweetness.
Well, I just rolled a shitload of initiatives.
I saw that.
So, I mean, join in. Why don't you come on in? The water's fine.
I have no context except do I need to kill things? And also, there's two of me.
Well, the water seems to be slime, not fine. Just to be clear.
Where's the other of you?
And there's also two moguls in two thread readers in the combat.
I swear I didn't roll with advantage, but it's rolled for both the Mongols.
Yeah, well, you kind of need two to have enough hit points.
Almost. Two makes almost half of Doc's hit points.
Is this a double Kanga storyline that I've missed? Well, anyway.
I didn't notice that until I'd rolled. Sorry about that.
I can't even see where the characters are.
Yeah, so one of mine is there, and the other one is there.
Oh, right.
So one of mine is in the bot. In the there
I
we go.
just deleted the one that you.
Tom, you're really quiet. Is your mic far away, or?
It's the same place as normally. I'll just speak up a bit and sit a bit more forward. Sorry.
No, it's all right. I'm just checking before I turn you up. Try again.
Roll again, Tom, please, mate. I think you just deleted your character.
Yeah, no worries.
There we go.
There you go. You
that
got
was
even
much
better that
better.
time.
Oh, have I not rolled? Okay.
Oh, good. Thanks, Davey. Yeah, I think the echo was my other computer. Hit the wrong button and put the speakers on.
There's too many unknown creatures. Can we give them names?
Do we have to?
I think the first one looks like a Jeremy.
Don't name them, you'll
It's-
get attached.
Yeah, you will.
It's
And then you have
Globby.
to kill them.
I will adopt
Blobby.
them. You know I will.
Blobby 1 through 8.
I have no
Bobby's-
encounter.
Slimy, Slobby,
And Jeremy.
Fred,
Gold Chunk,
George, Wesley.
Moldy.
I have no encounter on mine.
It's Gobshite and the Seven Oozes. Yes, Jimothy is back.
I am back
Yes.
With a vengeance.
It's been noted on
Well-
Twitch.
with something.
Vigor and verve.
That's what you promised. You promised us vigour and verve, Jimothy.
Longer and stronger.
Oh, that sounds a bit too perverse, Steve.
Well, that's why I said it.
Been playing Baldur's Gate all day, so you've got to be doing.
Is everyone in? Who's not in? Tok's not in.
Yeah, he is. He's at the front.
He's not in the initiative.
Oh. Yeah, I can't access the menus for some reason. There we go. Am I in now? Giving a barbarian advantage really does not make that much of a difference, does it? Yeah, so for Nick and Jim, there's been towers. We've gone into towers to get parts of an octet to do something. We're not really sure what yet, to activate something. There was a Shrek tower, a Beauty and the Beast tower. I'm paraphrasing massively, but yeah, we had to do a play, which as we read it, we realised it was basically Shrek, but with trolls instead of ogres. And I think you muted, Hazel. I can see your mouth moving. No. Oh, you just silently... Maybe you're just silently moving your mouth. Oh, I can hear nobody now. Brilliant. Or you're all just trolling me. Yeah.
So I'd be enough to see who's more dexterous between me and Velin.
I swear to God, if it's Velin, she needs to start pulling her weight.
Seems to put her first in the list, so she must be
She
more
would, but
dexterous.
you keep stealing all the magic items that she could use to pull her weight.
Well, she should
It
be
is.
useful in the first
He's
place.
suspicious.
Clearly.
He's a very suspicious character.
It is Velin's first. What's she gonna do?
Send us all into zombies.
Probably nothing useful, let's be honest. Oh, there's definitely problems with...
Screen like snowing and ice around him.
Sorry, I'm having sound trouble.
That's alright.
We're having all of the trouble.
I was saying, Jim
Yeah.
looks adorable with his hat, with all the ice effects you've put in the stream.
I always look adorable, Nick.
Yeah. Yes. Particularly adorable on this occasion.
Exactly. Exactly. Double adorable.
A doubleable.
A doubleable. Yeah. Okay. Could someone say something? I'm really praying that this is working now. Nope. Still not working then. Or no one's talking.
Okay, I'm not going to sing for an audience that can't hear me.
Probably
sorry.
shouldn't sing too much.
Yeah. Sorry, Davey.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Fair point.
No, not for the singing. I'm not sorry for the singing. I'm sorry for the sound issues on the map page. The sound is not working. So I just need to figure it out.
Originals.
Okay.
How much of a song, like with a book, you can copy a page, a chapter, I think it is, can't you, without infringing copyright? And how much of a song do you have to sing before you infringe copyright?
Is it 5 or 7 seconds? Or bars? Is it in bars? Maybe. It's one or the
Yeah.
other. Might be bars.
It depends on who's chasing cash. I think it's working. I've got it working. We're good. We're good. Sorry. Thanks for stalling there.
aware that's what I was doing. I was asking a question. What you wanted an answer to? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So Velium went. She cast Chill Touch, did some damage. Locks next.
Okay. Have these things moved at all?
No.
No. Do I have the faintest idea what they might be? From looking at them, they just
An ooze of some description.
so they just look like an ooze standing still for the time being. But I know they're
Yeah.
about to attack me. Okay.
Well, when you walked in, they were frozen.
Right. Okay.
None of you noticed. You walked in and the braziers lit up, so it was ice cold until you got there. The tower sensed your presence, the lights came on, and the temperature began to increase.
Right.
And the floor was ice in inverted commas. You did some activities upstairs.
Yeah.
As you came back down now to leave the tower, they've all thawed out, and they are in fact a number of oozes.
I think I noticed they seemed unusual. The ice seemed unusual, didn't I? Because I had a natural 20 when I was trying to skate across.
Yeah.
Amusing.
In that case, I'm gonna look next to me at Cass. I'm like, right. I've been wanting to try this for a while. I do it in a different way than you're doing it, but let's see if it works. I would stand back if I were you. And he just make some moves, vaguely imitating the kind of moves Cass is making when she's casting this. And drops a fireball in the center of the room.
Does that hit them all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it depends on whether you count this one as being hit. But yeah.
I will clap you on the back. Now was the time.
Yes. Although the flame is kind of has many colors like blue and green. And, yeah.
Fail. Well, 4 out of 8 have failed, so I'm going to say that they all fail.
Oh, delightful.
Just to speed it up.
I like your style.
This is 26 points of fire damage. I've had this for a while. I've been waiting for a chance to use it, but it's never been like a clear room full of people.
There's never been a clear room full of 8 things. All cuddled closely together.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, they're all at half damage at least now. Half health.
Oh, wow.
Well, that was my action. What about my bonus action? I think that's all I'm going to do. Do I need to move out of the way for someone? I guess. So we came from the stairs here. Is there a separate room here?
Yeah, there's a little. It's like a storeroom.
Okay, I'll just go in there.
Okay.
Yeah, just there. Just we will have a bit more room to get in position and shoot or whatever we want to do. That's it.
So Threadreader's up next.
It's a bit crowded in here, so but he knows that he's just seen someone throw a fireball and Velin cast a spell, so he knows something's going on in the room. I can't see what, so I open my spell book and a mote flies out and hovers above, just in front of Top. Can I manifest mind?
Sure.
Put my mote on. Thank you. And then I will see through the moat and look surprised and shocked by the sheer number of things in that room.
Earwaxes everywhere.
Yeah, and cast a lightning bolt.
Okay. So there's a dex save. So straight down this left-hand column, I guess.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be very dexterous.
They do seem quite slow. That's the way I like my jelly.
Okay, so they'll all take full damage.
26 points of lightning damage.
Is
on
that
them.
26 again? Is that
Each.
what Nick got?
I said, God damn.
26
Luck will
again.
just,
Same damage
Luck
as
will
the
just pick
fireball.
his head, pick his head out of the storage. I'm like, wow. I'll just go back.
Wow.
Oh,
Good
I was
turn.
about to say I can't do anything like that, but I can.
You felt special for a second and suddenly feels a lot less special.
There's some peak spell slinging going on here.
It is, yeah. Everyone's too busy. Everyone's in Baldur's Gate mode, aren't they? Just firing spells off.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
conserving resources anymore.
It's
I'll
not
just
that-
take a long rest. And herds up.
Sorry, just had to use up the ability.
Head's just going to stumble past all of this. It's just been going on. Fucking magical show-offs.
Magical show-offs. That's the new group name.
And he's going to do the only thing he can do, which is aggressively bonk the ochre.
Those words.
Aggressively bonk.
Oh. Well, I think an 11's going to miss.
An 11 hits. They're not
Oh.
particularly dexterous or agile.
Oh,
They
well,
have
that's
just
11 damage on the first one.
recently unthawed.
It's not their day, though, is it? They've just unthawed after being frozen for
Yeah.
how long? And we're just murdering them
Oh,
all.
thousands. Yeah.
I
Another 9.
just for the fun of it, I'm going to put a divine smite into that one.
I wouldn't bother. It's dead.
Oh, well. Thank you for warning me not to. After he smashes that one into paste, he's just going to turn around and just kind of go, I got 1.
Yeah,
Okay.
I might.
And that's it for me.
Okay. So how fast can they move? Oh, not very fast either. That's about it.
Oh, that's ruined my plans.
You're next.
I'm going to do the good old faithful that I never use because it's usually worse. But I am going to use my cold breath. So they've just thawed and they're going to have a bad day and be cold again. I really hope that they're not immune to cold.
We'll find out.
We will find out. Where is it? It should be a 30-foot long. It's not giving me a template, but it's 30-foot cold thing. Breath weapon. Yeah, it's not doing it, but it's 30-foot line. They have to make a DC. I think it's
Does that help?
16. Oh, okay, yeah, that helps massively. I'll go there. Good call, GM.
Is that where you want it like that?
Well,
or-
I still only get 2, so I'll just go straight down. Got to leave one for someone else.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that gets them all. Yeah, we'll do that. So it's I think it's DC 16.
Constitution, though, right?
Yeah, Constitution saving throw. Oh,
First one saved.
oh no, they were all going to save and only take 5 points of damage halved. That was not worth it.
And the last one? Or does the last one not in?
I mean, it's in if you think it's in. So at least one failed. So it's 5 to the one that failed and 2 to the 2 that didn't. But like, yeah, that doesn't really scale with my level, does it? So I'll just slap the nearest one with my halberd with my second attack.
Sock was just feeling left out.
I was like, I can do magic too. No, I can't. I'm rubbish. 14.
14 hits.
11. Yeah, I should have just done that to start with.
You're very effective at smacking them upside the head.
Hmm.
Yeah, that doesn't really have any effect at all. So the blade just kind of sinks in and it just flops around of the blade. And does nothing.
I spoke too soon. Sorry about that.
Yeah, does nothing. Okay. I'm going to risk an attack of opportunity and back off then.
Okay. That will look like this then. $20?
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm a barbarian. Okay.
With 7 bludgeoning and 3 acid.
Yeah, I take it all. So
Okay.
that's all good. But that just takes my temporary hit points from Lathander. Praise Lathander.
Praise Lathander. Okay, next up is Eris.
I don't really know what's going on, so I'm going to step into the doorway so I can see what is going on. Oh, they don't look very nice.
Blades do nothing. And compared to what those two just did, my breath feels kind of more like sparklers than actual damaging.
Blades. But what I do have is a 30-foot long, 10-foot wide, and 10-foot tall tidal wave.
Oof.
We'll bring up the big guns.
See if I can get it to... Like, I know it will get all three, but I'm just trying to place it. Did that work? I hope so. And so can I have... I believe it's a DC 16.
Did it roll -1?
Okay.
They really are not very dexterous. They're even less dexterous than me or Herd.
They all fail.
And so that's 21 bludgeoning damage, which I'm not sure is going to do much. And can they be knocked prone?
No, they're immune to that. They cannot be knocked prone. There is no up, really. Up or down or standing or lying.
Did it seem to do any damage, though?
So, 21 bludgeoning to all 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. And they're gone.
Diluted them.
Really did.
Splattered everywhere.
Nice.
I'll get my cloak.
They just weren't the appropriate foe for you, Tok. Don't worry.
Even Velin did something.
You can.
Even Velin did something.
What did Velin do?
I don't know. I heard him uttering something. Probably did something, didn't it?
Yeah, I was saying you were standing on my toe.
Oh. From here?
Fucking cantrip.
Do we need to play a game or something, or have we got to go to the arena to play this game?
We were going to go to the arena, but we'll leave that for last in case. Well, we don't want to attract attention. We saw what I would assume are cold light walkers up on the ledge looking for us.
She's looking for us, so we need to move.
Do we know how to play this game? Did we learn
need to learn how to play the game?
Play the game.
We couldn't find information upstairs because we rolled really badly. So we were going to look at the tapestry that was downstairs.
Yes. We need to study that.
I could also, when I ask, we've still got the body of the Netherese what we assume mage.
Oh yeah, you
That
could
we met in the
speak with
previous
dead.
tower. I can ask them the rules.
That should be one of the questions then. Good idea.
This.
It might be
Skeleton's
very
like
similar
ball.
to Turnip Ball. I think it's probably the predecessor to Turnip Ball, so it's probably a simpler version of the game, seeing as
Did
it's
you
older.
invent
More
Turnip
deadly.
No, I can't take credit for Turnip Ball.
Did Turnip Ball involve a spell-infused enchanted rod with lightning in the middle of it?
No. It's not easy to come by, so we just went with a turnip.
Just standing on that poor skeleton.
I'm standing next to the bull skeleton because I'm gonna take a peek at it.
Okay. Well, it was previously buried under ice.
He might
No,
know the
all the-
rules.
You want to take
Only-
another body with us? I
Don't,
mean, we can.
don't get
We'll
them
make
mixed up.
sure they all get a proper burial afterwards.
We'll be here for the rest of our lives if we try and bury all the skeletons we find in this place.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they've been buried for a long time. I don't think, if there is an
Aren't you
after, I
also
don't think they're
under-
worried about it.
We're underground, aren't we?
Well,
Yeah,
under,
they're
under
buried.
ice.
It's skeleton. Everything's been dissolved. Heard, but there is a gold ring on one of the fingers.
I will pick that little ring off and take it to Threadreader.
Well, thank you, Herd, but you're not really my type. I'm very flattered.
You're not really mine either. But I don't know. I thought maybe there's something weird about it. I thought it might be worth you having a look.
Okay, when we get the moment, I shall look at it for you, no problem. I think we need to look at the tapestries.
Downstairs to the tapestry. I don't think there's anything else in this room. Oh, we have to make dex saves to get
This
past
bit
rod
is
again.
This is brilliant. I love this bit. If we can take this with us, I would like to.
We don't have
Like
the
being
ice.
electrocuted?
Well, it's not like badly electrocuted. It's just like a little, a little motivation to get you through the. I would like to take this with us if we can figure out how. I think this would greatly enhance Turnip Ball. It would make it a lot more fun to watch. I'm probably going to fail now.
Well, here goes nothing.
We're just going through it.
If you pass by me,
But yeah,
We did it on the way in. It's just a little buzz if you don't do it.
dexterity saving throw, please.
It did do some hilarious things to Cass's hair last time.
Oh, no. I have the
Okay. I'm not very dexterous, but I'll take my chance.
redressing the balance from last time.
Is it a dex saving throw, you said?
Yes, please.
Yeah, and I will take my wheel as well, because I'm not the dexiest of the people. So
Good old Barden with his metal suit and his dexterity of a turnip.
Oh, it's my-
but
7.
I get Shieldmaster for once.
right.
What does that do?
What did we need to get to not die?
It didn't hurt that bad.
DC 12.
You would say that. You're a barbarian.
I was
Uh,
I was 11.
I rolled a natural 1 for damage, so if you failed, you get 1 point of electrical damage.
Oh, all right then.
I got a natural
Yeah.
one, Steve. Is there anything extra naughty for a natural one?
I mean,
Please,
do
Steve, hurt me.
you want me
Yeah.
to hate you?
Sadly, Threadreader has no hair, so he can't
No,
have comedy
no,
hair.
Steve, don't hurt me, Steve. No.
This is a strange dynamic we have stumbled upon.
Too much
Yes.
Baldur's Gate. Too much Baldur's Gate.
Just whatever you do, don't call him Daddy.
Hurt me, daddy. No.
He's Daddy. Oh, no. I feel so wrong with that.
Oh, there's definitely no penalty for the natural one. Please move on.
Pass the mind bleach, someone.
Please don't say that.
That's the right noise. And that'll be the last we see of Davey.
Yeah.
That final
Sorry,
straw.
Davey. If we were lucky,
And being,
he'd gone to get a drink
and being
or
allowed
something.
to stream on Twitch.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey,
Twitch
it's consensual and we're all adults. Actually, it's not consensual.
Where's that stadium that we will need to go to last?
Yeah, he's gone.
We're gone.
Sorry. Well, the thing is, where are the lights coming from? If we need to get another 4 of these things, including this one.
Well, that was the 5th tower, yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't get the line from the last tower.
Because
but
we
you've
need
got the
play the
woman's
game.
head. You didn't get it from this tower because you think you need to play the game and win the trophy. So although you visited 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towers, you still only have 3 lines, I think.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
I think we need to do the towers in a way that's going to avoid those light walkers. Cold light walkers looking for us. So
When
where
we
are they?
emerge from this tower, where are they now?
You can make a perception roll, please.
I probably can't.
See what you perceive.
Guide myself if I may, because I always forget to.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that Baldur's
Oh,
Gate
that
3
was
has
nearly
taught
a
me.
1.
Whoa, where's all these D20s coming from?
We're all perceiving, Steve. We're
Oh,
all
everyone's perceiving. Okay.
Even Tox perceiving. Look at that, 18.
You see, with the time you spent in this tower now, where they were all concentrated over on the sort of ice causeway that bridges the cavern over into the city, they were concentrated there. They are now sort of all within that first sort of third of the pizza pie, dispersed.
Well, dispersed at least is good, but those things were worse than the Shardlin dragon, if you remember.
Third. Can you ping?
Doing
Better
clockwise.
than that.
Put a light on the map.
They're around the arena then.
Oh, there's the arena.
Where?
Here at the beginning.
Ah, yes. Looks like Quidditch. Oh, look at that. Okay, we do that last then, shall we? If they're searching, if they're spread out, then we can maybe deal with them. But the longer we can go without them seeing us, the better. I think as soon as they see us, we might have the frostmaiden on us.
Before we move on to the next tower, then, shall I ask these questions, which I am finding in my notes now?
I would find out the rules in case we can play the game in that room.
While you're finding out the rules, I will be right back.
Did we?
Although I suspect you can't win a cup in the training room, I suspect you're right. We have to go to the arena. So if we've only got 3, but we've done 5 towers, which was the other one we're missing?
Yeah,
The one where we got the mage, the enchantment tower.
Yeah, the last one where the mage was not undying, and we had the crown of whatnot. We didn't get it from there. But I don't know the 3rd line. I've only got 2 lines in my notes. Have we got them in the handout somewhere?
Do you think that mage might know the line?
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I think the mage might know the line. Yeah.
So you've got to speak to that mage as well.
They need to know their line, and we need to know the rules of Netherese Quidditch. And
To save Cass's magic, I could always try talking to the dead.
But you don't have bells talk.
I know, but I figure if I talk really loudly and really slowly, they might hear me.
That's not really how that works.
My mum always said that the ancestors can hear you. The secret's to hear them back.
Did she say that they'll reply?
No.
I might have said that in the spiritual sense, talk.
Yeah, probably. Well, she said they do reply, but they don't always reply in a way that you can easily understand. You just have to observe the world around you and the answers will present themselves.
I'm afraid that's a bit too vague for my taste. My dad used to say shit like that.
I'm just trying to conserve Cassie's magic. We've got Cold Light Walkers. We've potentially got the frostmaiden.
I don't think anyone else can speak with dead talk, but I appreciate the thought. Right, clearly I did not save my notes last time I used them because all of the questions are gone.
Oh.
What would they've been?
Oh, so yeah, it was the line from the poem. We wanted to ask about how to get the wand from the tree.
What the rules to the game were.
The rules to the game. So that's 3.
What's the game called?
Turnip ball.
Like, no,
Netherese Quidditch.
no.
Chain lightning.
Ooze ball.
Chain lightning.
We don't stand much chance if we don't know what the game's called. I mean,
Chain lightning.
I'm not a wizard, but chain lightning.
Yes.
What were we going? Were we going to check if the mage knew any negative side effects to the circlet thing Eris is wearing?
Yes, I think we were.
I haven't yet attuned to that, have I? It hasn't been an hour of rest since. Or no, we long
We
rested.
had a long
didn't we?
rest.
Okay, so I have. Okay. Do I feel
Well,
different?
if you attuned to it.
When did you have a long rest?
We camped in that room after.
Was that
after
before
the
or
Right.
after the-
hour we had a long.
And then when
Yeah,
we woke
okay.
up, we saw the lights and realised the Cold Light Walkers are after us.
So you've attuned. Don't feel too different.
Too different implies there's a difference.
Um,
Other than the fact I've got a tiara on my head.
make an Arcana check, please.
Good, I've been following Fred Reader for. Yeah, it's good. I've been following Fred Reader around.
Yeah, you feel. It's not that your body feels any different at all. It's more the way you perceive the world around you. It seems, although it's not going slower, you feel as though time's passing more slowly.
Okay, and we know from
It's quite
that
an
there's-
abstract, it's quite an
Yeah.
abstract feeling. So time isn't passing slower, but that's the feeling you get. You don't feel like you're getting hungry as often. And
Yeah, so time is passing normally, but it's not affecting me as it generally
Mhm.
would. So I'm not as affected by the progression of time.
What is
Okay.
that called? For the purposes of the question.
The circlet.
Yeah.
It is the Crown of Timeless Body.
I've remembered one of my questions. It was, do we need to action the lines of the octet as we speak them?
Okay.
So, how many questions do we get? And how many do we have now?
That would be 5. I'm wondering about the question, how do we get the wand from the Nether Oak? If we go back to the Nether Oak and it's obvious, it might feel a bit wasted.
And
If
I
it
can,
isn't, it's
I
quite
can
Or,
ask
or they
the-
don't know.
I can ask the Nether Oak. I think.
that'd be good.
When I talked about talking to the dead, you all gave me a funny look. Eris says she can talk to a tree, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, that's great.
Talk to
don't-
trees.
I don't know how to answer that talk without hurting your feelings. I'm sorry, my friend.
Trees don't have mouths.
They still can communicate. Not everything has a mouth, and it can still communicate.
Can
Like
it?
when it snows, you know how the snow feels. It's communicating, just because it's not using words.
Also, many things with mouths that do not communicate. So it goes both
And
ways.
Locke has a mouth, and often he communicates in my head rather than with his mouth.
That is true. So you're saying trees are actually awake, but they just communicate in your head?
Kinda.
Oh, I feel guilty about campfires now.
It does hurt them. But then the ashes return to the ground, and it's all just part of the circle. You just don't burn too many. You know I've got like
Well, I
in
don't
my
feel the
head
cold
right now.
anyway. It's for you lot that I burn them.
Before we burn anything, or ask any dead people anything, we didn't actually check the tapestry. Steve, can we check the tapestry to see if we can work out the rules from it?
Yeah, you can make a.
By which I mean, can someone else check out the tapestry?
Yeah, well, I'll have a look and see if I
Someone
can
with a brain, check the tapestry.
I'll also have a look at the tapestry.
No, someone with a brain.
You can make a straight up standard intelligence check.
That's Eris, Thread Reader.
I'm not.
You're more intelligent than everyone else.
I'm wisdomy. I'm not intelligence.
You had a +4. Yes, thank you for proving me right.
Cancel.
That's why I don't roll -1. It's just not worth it.
I knew what was going to happen. I just wanted the excuse of him just standing there going, "It's a bit of a shit tapestry."
I'm wise. I'm not smart.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Me
trying to
too.
work out. It's akin to trying to work out the rules, the exact rules of football from looking at a poster of a game of football in a stadium, which is essentially what you're doing. And although you can pick up a vague idea to opposing teams, there's a ball, they're trying to move it, and it's being contested by the other team. The rules kind of evade you to any
Right.
specific depth or degree, at least.
I was hoping that when we looked at these more clearly, they proved to be an instruction manual on how to play, but it just appears to be celebratory.
Yeah, they are more, now that you investigate them more, they're more. It's a self-aggrandizing monument to, it's like having a self-portrait done with a trophy or.
Okay.
Sadly not.
I haven't been paying a great deal of attention the last few hours. Are we trying to look into how to play this game because we have to play like a game of rugby with some zombie lantern heads or something?
It looks like the way to get the line from this tower is to place a trophy in the case, and I can't remember.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But without the
Oh.
trophy, you're not going to be able to get into that sort of trophy cabinet.
Yeah.
You partially you got like 1 or 2 words from the line, so you know it's in there, but there's no way of accessing it without believe placing that trophy.
Can I just walk over and put a warhammer in the trophy case and see what happens?
We tried that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what you have. I haven't tried.
You tried it. What do you mean?
Oh, well, I don't know. I haven't been paying attention.
You've been paying so little attention, you don't even know what you did.
Have
Yeah.
you lost your memory as well?
I've just had a lot on my mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
What do you mean as well?
Talk, we've been through this. Don't make me explain it again, please.
Okay.
Shall I speak to this
Yeah.
body then? Yeah.
A good idea.
Okay.
We
Here
have
we-
a replacement question for the wand question. If we indeed were going to Eris.
I just have this feeling she's going to give us an answer that begs another question anyway.
If she does that, we can, like, punt her off the edge of the city or something.
Weasel punting.
It's like punting
Forgot
a
about
weasel,
weasel
but-
punting.
Yeah.
Apologies,
Those
I've
boots.
similar to Baron. I've been a bit out of sorts for the past few hours. So we're missing. We have 3 of these items. We need 5 of them.
It's like a poem or
correct? So how many?
something.
We
I
need
mean,
8
Yeah.
together, but we've been to 5 towers.
It is pretty much my worst
Um,
nightmare. We've got to save the world through poetry, from what I can gather.
Right. So we need 8 items. We've covered 3 so far, but we've been through more than 3 towers. So why didn't we gather anything in the other 2 towers? Is because there was nothing there.
We
This,
didn't.
One of them's the game.
we have to finish the game.
Okay, one of them's the game.
Maybe.
Right.
And the other
So
one
so
with-
why?
in
Yep.
the head of this corpse that we've taken from the tower. So that's what we need to ask the corpse what the line from their poem is.
We took the whole body in the bag of holding because I think taking a head's a bit disrespectful.
So we had to get into the chamber that this corpse was in, which we managed to do, and then took the tiara off her head that Eris is now wearing, which was keeping her alive, but in a state where she couldn't really communicate because she's been there that long.
She was frozen to the chair.
So we
Okay.
took it off her head as a kindness, and then
Yeah.
and she died. So Cass is going to talk to the dead and ask her the question that what the line of the poem is that we need from her.
Okay, so that'll be
Okay,
4 items out of
straightforward.
8.
Yeah.
And then we have to play the game. So we're not playing the game yet. So are we not playing the game because we don't know the rules yet?
Yes, we're going to ask the rules of the game for the
And
court.
because the Cold Light
Okay.
Walkers are currently looking for us, and playing a game in a stadium will probably attract their attention before we want it.
Unless
I
we
see,
play
so
it
we're leaving
really
that for
quietly.
last.
And then we have 3
Okay.
more towers to go in after that.
So we can ask this corpse 3 questions. One of them is going to be the line of the poem. The other one's going to be the rules to the game. So we just need to find the right 3rd question.
5 questions, which are currently
Or 2 questions. It's 4 questions, right?
Well, so there's line from
do we need to action the lines from the octet as we speak them, as they seem to say things like they give
Yeah.
instructions? Potentially, are there any negative side effects to the crown that we took off the dead mage that Eris is now wearing because we're worried about her? And how do we get the wand from the Nether Oak that is mentioned in the first line? Potentially.
the
But
rules.
Okay.
the important ones are chain lightning and the line from
Yeah.
the poem.
Okay. So we ask the questions then we move on to the next tower?
Yep.
Alright then.
I'll pass it.
Oh, great. I'll get the body out of the bag. I'll reach in and drag the body out of the bag.
Body or head? Did you take the whole
We
body?
took the whole
Body,
body.
whole body.
I wouldn't let him cut the head off. Because I'm squeamish for a barbarian.
and I know we're in the outside map, but I'd rather do this in a tower.
You can head back into the tower
Yeah.
for purposes.
Yes, I can't speak with dead.
It's okay. You can speak with dead. And the corpse that you've only maybe an hour or so ago stuffed hastily into your bag of holding, laid out on the floor before you. You noticed when you removed the crown, the eyes sort of froze over quickly, flash froze over in the temperature. The magic takes hold and kind of courses through the not long dead flesh, and the eyes kind of unfreeze and they dart around, not like it was before where they kind of looked through things, not really focusing. They make eye contact with you, Cass. Look and take a deep breath. You see the chest rise.
Should have asked this before I wake her up. The tower we found her in was the enchantment tower, wasn't it?
Yes.
Don't you dare.
I'm only joking.
That film's got a lot to answer for. It's brilliant. This is where I say, did it work?
DM.
Yes.
What is the line from the octet for the enchantment tower?
Oh, hoax a secret from another.
Thank you. What are the rules to chain lightning?
She will then go into some detail and explain to you the rules of chain lightning, which I'll post for you.
Thank you. Are there any negative side effects to the crown of timeless body?
Yes. Unending loneliness. And watching loved ones around you die.
Okay. Do we need to action the lines of the octet as we speak them?
Yes. The lines of the octet are intended as a demonstration of one's arcane ability and mastery of all schools.
Sidebar. Thread reader. I'm now wondering about, instead of the netherite question, because we've got Eris to help us with that, I'm reading through the lines. Coax a secret from another seems straightforward. Hide behind a mask seems straightforward. Stand firm in thy circle of death? Not sure on that.
I might be able to do that.
Sounds like something I should do.
It's to demonstrate your arcane ability, so each of these lines refers to a spell you have to cast, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Shield
Okay,
by
I think
part
I
of
could
the
do
wand
that too.
and the
Okay.
Netherese. So we get the wand and it performs that spell, I presume. It's a secret from another, a spell of truth, perhaps?
Or
Something
charming someone.
Yes. I think that must be what is meant. I'm just guessing now, but
Are we supposed
Well,
to
I
be
know how to cast Zone of Truth.
So we're not thinking literal mask, we're thinking a disguised self sort of thing.
I think that might be, given the setting, given where we are, that I'm maybe reading too much into it. But
You do like reading.
stand firm in thy circle of death and consume poison. My
I'll do
first one's
that.
protection from poison.
No, I'll just drink the poison.
No, Tark, there are ways to do this without.
I've actually got
dying.
quite good at drinking poison.
But it might require the spell. We might have to use the spell anyway. Like, you burn a spell for each line.
Hang on. Each of these lines comes from... Oh, no. I maybe am thinking this too hard. So we should be noting the school of magic which we got the lines from. Because just as a clue as to which spells we need to cast for each of them.
Okay, yeah, 4. So that was enchantment.
Enchantment.
Yeah, I can probably take that one. I've got quite a few
Okay,
enchantment spells.
What have we visited so far?
The first was... Oh, I can't remember now.
First was abjuration with the anvil. Second tower you went to was transmutation with the gravity lift shaft. Third was the Tower of Illusion, I think was where you did the play. Fourth was the Tower of Enchantment, where you picked up this woman and you fought an Obelix there who was impersonating her. Fifth was the Tower of Evocation, where you're currently in right now, and you fought the Yellow Ochres, and it's the with the trophy cabinet upstairs.
Okay. So do we want to still ask how do you get the one from the Nether Oak, or do we maybe rely on Eris and ask? I don't know.
It would be good to get confirmation of the conjecture we just made, and perhaps it would be better to let Eris talk to the tree, but it would be good to be sure of how we enact these.
I feel like that speaks for itself, doesn't it? If she said it's demonstrating mastery of each school.
We're demonstrating arcane mastery, but it doesn't necessarily mean each of these refers to a very specific spell or just the intent of the
Right. Okay.
Of the so I mean there are perhaps several ways of achieving the line, or is it just the effect, or a specific spell we need to cast?
I think that from what we've seen here, I think they would quite enjoy something new. They might be able to think outside of the box a little bit, but everything does seem to be organised by the types of magic.
Sorry, where was the box? I don't remember a box. Yeah. I'll go and keep watch. And you'll just hear him as he's walking away go, maybe I have forgotten stuff. I don't remember a box.
How do we word this question? I get what you're saying. Is there just one answer for each line, or could we action it in a variety of ways, still achieving the same effect?
Yes, do each of the lines refer to a very specific spell or a spell effect? So
Specific.
as you pointed out, the cloak's a secret could use charming or could use truth, some sort of truth spell.
Okay, here's what I've got. Do each of the lines refer to a specific spell, or could any spell be used to achieve the same effect?
Presumably from the correct school.
Could any spell from the correct school be used to achieve the same effect?
Yes, I think so. I think that's the question. It's a good question. I think we know the answer, but we need just to confirm that we know the answer.
Back to body. Do each of the lines refer to a specific spell, or could any spell from the correct score be used to achieve the same effect?
Each spell would work, as I understand. I only know the line from my tower, so I only know what is required for my line. I know not even a spell is required for my line.
That's interesting.
Good question.
Yeah,
So
that was a
confirmed.
very good question. Means we don't have to reserve resources for potential spellcasting.
It confirms that the effect is the important thing.
Okay. Next tower. Actually, Tok, you're perceiving. In the time we've been doing this, are they still in the same area-ish?
Roll a perception. I mean, you have got the big central tower in the way.
I just wanted Tok to feel useful.
Roll for turnip.
We have every faith in you. Doc.
Yes.
Every faith.
There he goes.
There he is.
Look
kind
at
of
the
lost.
boxes.
You've kind of lost your bearings as you look out across the city, and you could swear that that wasn't there before. That big obelisk.
Normally I have such good memory for directions and things.
And then Cass comes out and turns you around 180. And you don't really see so much change in the short time that it's taken you to speak with the corpse.
So we could safely get to the next tower, I think. By the time we've had a look in there, we'll see whether they're spreading out both ways or going round in a particular direction.
I don't feel like I'm very useful here, but I can maybe deal with them or draw them away or something.
When we come to it, right now we're avoiding them.
Okay.
And no one hits as hard as you, Doc. You're useful.
Yeah, if only I could think as hard.
It's not that you're not thinking as hard, it's that you're thinking in a different way, which we need sometimes. Because if we all think the same way, we'll all come up with the same answer to problems.
Okay. So if you need a bad answer, then I'm the one.
No, if we need a different perspective.
Okay. I mean, I guess I am taller than you guys, but Threadreader's really tall. That's probably why his perspective is so different.
I'm here too.
We all bring something to the group. I bring a sense of urgency.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I am Cassandra's sense of urgency.
I don't know what I bring to the group.
Excellent hair.
Chill. Well, yeah, that and I don't know.
Danger exploring.
Jim is a sense of urgency because if we don't dither too long, then he wanders up.
Like
That is
this.
true.
I wander off.
Where are you heading?
No, I'm not actually wandering off.
No, wander
Okay.
off to the next tower.
Okay, I'll just look around and go, I don't know which towers we have and haven't been to. And then I'll just walk to a random tower and hope it's one they haven't been to already. If someone shouts, no, we've been to that one, he'll like shift and then start heading to a different one.
We're not shouting because we're moving stealthily, because there are cold light walkers looking for us.
I don't know what those are.
The things that have light for faces, that if they kill you, you stay killed. Very dangerous, bad.
Yeah.
I've died once, it wasn't as bad as I thought.
You've been very sad about it ever since, so maybe we should have it not happen again.
Well, it wasn't the dying part that had me sad, but yeah.
Okay, this might be something to unpack at another time.
Yeah. Just carries on wandering towards another tower.
Yeah, there are a number of tall spires and structures and a strange sort of ruined landscape. The three towers, or remaining towers that you haven't explored, would be this green one up here. There's a yellow one further round and more towards the central. And then there's this sort of white bluey one over on this.
Well, let's go to the yellow one first. Because in my head, the sensible approach is to go this way. With an arrow.
But what if we bump into the cold light walkers, which were just like
We're gonna have to risk bumping into them sooner or later anyway.
So do these things fly above us then?
They didn't fly last time. They just kind of walked, but they're whatever magic they're infused with, if their light touches you, it's cold even for me.
I see.
It doesn't matter how resistant you are, it's going to hurt.
maybe suggest the green tower, and then we can see if the cold light walkers are heading in that direction, or preferably the other.
Well, they were splitting up, so I think we're maybe going to encounter them no matter where we go.
Rather encounter them split up than altogether.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So where to? Yellow or green?
Well, I'm still wandering
Somewhere in
towards
between.
yellow.
Okay. You have to let me know if you're splitting the party or if you're following herd.
Are we
Still
going to the
waiting
green
for
one?
Final questions from the corpse.
Green one, because I'm scared of cold light walkers, because last time they were very scary.
Fine, we'll go to the green one first.
I thought they killed Cass last time.
Nearly killed all of us. They were worse than the dragon.
They were a lot worse than the dragon.
I'm pretty sure they did kill me. Well,
I'd forgotten what it felt like to feel cold. They reminded me.
So
I'm
the
sorry,
next
Ted.
Do we still have
sort of 20 minutes or so, you pick your way. Are you moving stealthily?
Yes.
If you
Yeah.
ask 5 questions.
Yeah.
Oh,
Group
shit.
stealth check, please.
Six.
Not the stealthiest.
Look at Cass being all stealthy.
we
She is like elvish.
Yeah, big old armor and stuff on there. She still manages to be quiet and silent.
if we risk attracting attention, I've got a spell that can help us for a fair amount of time.
I think I already made the noise now. And
No,
I'm pretty sure.
Need to call it before the growls.
I'm pretty sure you
I'm
also made
talking
the
about-
noise, Eris.
I'm talking about in the future if we need to continue this.
I'll use it on the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did Barden get? Yeah, Barden also made the noise. Then Eris made the noise, and then I made a noise. So
I'm wearing plate mail. I can't not make a noise.
Yeah,
Right,
somebody
exactly.
thinks they hear a noise, stops dead, and somebody walks into the back, and then the third walks into the back of those, and there's a clanking of armor plates and weapon scabbards, and then everyone stops still, just to check and listen.
Oh, hang on, what am I on about? I'm not wearing armor anymore. I shouldn't have been at disadvantage. Let me just check what the first roll was. No, it was 4.
Okay.
I made the noise.
And it's quiet. You can just see the lights in the distance that you've been keeping an eye on in your peripheral vision, sort of sweeping over the rooftops. They're quite some distance away. And you breathe a sigh of relief and just begin to kind of pull your backpacks back on and begin to set foot towards the tower once more. You hear a low growling, and you see a large wolf emerge from around the corner of one of the ruined buildings, sniffing, and then it makes eye contact and its lips curl back. You see cold breath emitting from its maw.
If it will let me. Sorry, I'm
How
fighting
big?
Foundry at the moment.
How big is this big wolf, by the way?
Yeah.
Is it big, or is it
Probably
unusually
up
big?
to your chest.
What, as Tok, who's
Yeah.
6'6"?
Yeah.
It's a really big wolf.
Is it a wolf, or is it something that, like, Eris, if Eris looks at it, is it a wild animal, it is a wolf, or is it something in wild shape, or something...
You can make a nature check, please, Eris.
Why is my nature so bad? I'm not intelligent.
It
I'm
looks
not
like a big
intelligent.
wolf.
No, we're not looking for trouble here, Cold Wolf. We're just exploring, so you don't have to get aggressive. And if it's an actual wolf, it will understand me. Because Furbolg.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can't understand it, but all plants and animals can understand me.
I was about to... Tok would be like, wolves don't speak common, right?
Furbolgs have a weird tied nature where things can understand us. Can't understand it though, so if it says anything back, I'm none the wiser.
Every day is a school day, and I will take a defensive stance with my halberd.
I take a submissive stance, so can I just kind of get on all fours and kind of crouch down and lower my head below where its head is? In front of Tok.
I've never been to school, and I'm just going to lean down and put my hand out so that it can come over and have a little whiff of my hand.
Okay. Eris and no, forget that. The wolf sniffs the air once more, still lips curled back, but its ears flatten, turns around and slinks back.
Look behind us.
don't see anything.
Can I listen? Can I hear anything?
Yeah. You can both make a perception check if you like.
That was a scout. And we've been seen now.
Can't roll to dare. Oh, that's maybe not too bad.
Yeah, you don't hear or see anything else.
Maybe be a bit more careful for the rest of it. How far away are we from the tower?
You're not far off now.
Oh, okay. It's not worth it.
Do it next time. Whatever you two did, thank you. Well done.
I think if we've been seen, we just need to make haste and move. That wasn't a regular wolf, was it?
No, how would a wolf survive down here?
Well, it saw us and then it withdrew. And I don't think it withdrew because it was listening to you. It was withdrew because it was told to.
You don't have to be so pessimistic about everything. But let's go.
My pessimism has got me a long way.
Seemed scolded.
Okay. So the tower that you approach, it's a bit shorter than the others, I guess. There's a conical tower supported by arched buttresses, and it's right on the edge, on the lip of the city there. On the outward-facing side of the tower is an eerie green glowing symbol. And as you're looking at it, metal doors lead into the base of the tower. Threadreader, you'd recognise it as the symbol of necromancy. Velin's quite excited.
Be careful in here.
I'll get the door, shall I?
Velin is the one that's excited. Velin, could you check the door?
Yes, okay. I'm not sure if you have anything to fear here, but of course. She walks up to the door, looks back over her shoulder at you guys a little bit nervously, and takes a deep breath and tries the door. And it doesn't push in, pulls out. She tries to push it at first, doesn't work. She pulls and it opens up.
It's a pull door.
She looks back over at you guys and disappears into the darkness.
I will follow.
Yeah, I'll follow her into it.
Yeah, best not let her go in there on her own.
Same following.
Okay. First thing you notice when you go in, it's a real caustic, acrid smell just assaults your nose as you enter this circular chamber. Grey, disembodied hands skitter across the room, and it's just all lit by this eerie green glow. Chairs are neatly arranged around the room. Some contain seated bodies with their hands missing, and various pieces of surgical equipment set on tables and shelves just dotted around the room. There's a one-eyed creature restrained in a blood-stained bed or operating table in the centre of the room.
Alive?
You don't know.
Do I understand what sort of creature what it does it look like? A creature that's been made up of other creatures and things like that, and I look around it.
You can make a medicine check.
Oh, I don't like this place.
I don't like this place either.
No, I don't either.
Can I check for signs of life, but without getting within melee of it, essentially? So breathing, movement.
Yeah, so without getting too close, you can again do a medicine check if you'd like.
I can get a bit closer and do the physical check if you want to tell me how to do it.
Thread reader, you don't pick up a great deal. You don't see any stitching or sutures, and it all looks to be like it makes sense to be part of the same creature. So it doesn't look like a stitched together thing. That was the specific question. Other than that, not great. 28 is a fantastic roll though. And what was your question?
I'm just checking for whether it's alive.
It's definitely alive.
Okay. Does anyone know what that is? And it is alive, although it appears restrained, so careful.
I'm just going to walk over and try and give it a bit of a jostle and see if it will wake up. If it's
What
not already
are you
awake.
doing?
And just go, what are you?
I don't like the single eye. I would not. Okay.
Yeah, it was definitely alive. As you head over and shake the table, the lid opens, and it kind of regains consciousness. And I'd like you to make a Constitution save, please.
Oh god. It's one of my best stats and I rolled like shit.
You take 7 necrotic damage as this just nauseating feeling washes over you as the eye pierces into you.
Fuck, you're ugly.
You remain restrained, but it's awake, and its single eye is darting around the room and making an assessment. Edis, as you're over there and you're over the other side of that wall there, you also notice a brain floating in a jar.
Oh, I don't like this.
But the funny thing about it is it's got a face painted on the jar, like a it's like a face.
Is it
And
well
how
painted
far
or
is
is it
the
like
jar
top
from me?
painted it?
Alright.
Is it well painted or is it more like crayon?
That's crayon.
Oh, okay. So it looks like the plank from Ed, Ed and Eddie, but brain jar.
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, I had different tokens and everything. It's not working.
Does anyone know what this creature is, or can we discern from the way it's behaving if it is intelligent, or just the minute we release it, it will attempt to hurt us? So I'm trying to gauge, guys. Shall we just, whilst it's restrained?
Why don't we just leave it restrained? We don't know what it is.
I'm concerned about someone unrestraining it.
Well,
Well,
perhaps if
I
a
won't
bard-
unrestrain it, I'll just talk to it for
why
a
don't
bit
you
and
just
see if
step
it
away
calms down.
from it, Barden? You look a little green around the gills, and the whole room is green, so...
I don't have gills, but I'm fine.
You think it will understand you? Or will speak back?
There's no harm in trying.
I'm really sorry, but do you mind not interfering with my experiments?
Come from the brain in the jar.
Yeah.
Oh, we're really sorry. we didn't mean to interfere. So, everyone not touch stuff, please.
How long it takes to find good subjects these days.
Unfortunately, no, I don't.
Well, of course you don't.
know.
I don't know what I was thinking.
I'm sorry.
We apologise for the intrusion. We were just investigating. I don't know if you realise how long this place has been, well, left uninvestigated. And all this time, can I just get... It's restrained, so I'll get close to the bed now. I just want to keep my eyes on the creature and the restraints this whole time.
Okay. That it seemed to be holding so far. At least you can do is incapacitate it again for me. I'd finally got it off.
That we can do, Herd.
We don't know what this is, and if it's sentient, I'm not inclined to bludgeon something to unconsciousness.
I think he meant sing it a lullaby or something. Make it a cocoa.
Honestly, anything works, but don't kill it. I need good supply of oxygenated blood to the brain. I want that brain.
But what do you want with the brain?
I'm performing magnificent experiments. That's unheard of, but I believe it's possible to transfer a living brain into a jar and for it to remain alive and conscious. I intend to prove this once and for all.
I think you've proved it. I actually believe you.
You're very confident in my ability. I'd like that about you.
Well, I
wish more people would be.
It's not
quite so
confidence in your ability, but you're a brain in a jar, so I'm assuming that means that it is possible.
What?
We don't mean to be insensitive, but that is what we appear to be looking at.
Do you want me to hold a mirror up?
You're talking nonsense. I don't wish to discuss that anymore. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Quite the insult.
I mean,
just help me with my experiments, and we will prove that it is possible. Some sick joke I think you're making.
It's possible.
Well, let's I'll try and give a look at Talk to try and persuade him to indulge it. Well, let's just follow the experiment and try and help this person, and perhaps we'll find out what we want as well.
I'd rather get a bit of the poem than help with some sort of dark magical experiment.
Sense of urgency. Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Oh, Lawrence.
Yeah, you look like a Lawrence.
It's because I am one.
Well, for starters, Lawrence, can you tell us the line from the octet for this tower?
That's not in my pay grade, I'm afraid. Only the masters of the towers understand that.
Well, I'm pretty sure, based on what I've seen, that everyone else is dead, Lawrence. So you're probably the most senior person in here. I hope you don't mind me calling you a person.
As the case may be, but I've never been handed or given the line of the octet for this tower.
Oh, so we're talking to the wrong person then.
Well, yes, I'm not master of the tower. I'm an apprentice. I've been trying to prove my worth here with these experiments.
And do your superiors work on other floors in this tower?
Once upon a time, I suppose.
Perhaps we should.
I'm really sorry. I'm finding this whole situation a bit jarring.
Yes, it's understandable. It is rather for the uninitiated, yes. But it is all rather hush hush. I would ask that you keep a lid on it.
I mean, it's really nice to see such big brains at work.
Yes, well, thank you.
Yeah.
It's quite
Yeah.
quite nice of you to say.
I haven't got any more, so.
But once I confirmed everything, I would happily share what I've learned, and I will write it all up in a book. But I want to be the first to discover. Of course, I'm all about transparency.
Okay,
I want
let's
to be
help
very,
you.
very clear and see through about this.
Let's help you put a lid on it then. Thanks, Davey.
You've said that one before.
No, not the lid one.
I think if we were to move upstairs, maybe someone that is able to help us. I don't think this is our looks at the jar person.
No.
But wait, you were going to help me.
Well, yes, but on our way out.
Fine, I will clear up this mess at least anyway. And there's a mage hand floating around.
Yes, sorry if we've left you in a jam, but we do have to rush on anyway.
Yeah, and this mage hand floats over, plucks up this like white lab coat, and kind of throws it around the back of the jar. And the mage hand continues to rearrange and move some of the utensils around. All the while, these disembodied hands are kind of scurrying like little mice across the floor.
That was weird.
Concerned, Todd, could we not maybe... Sounds so cruel. Hit it to the point of unconsciousness, not death, to make sure it doesn't get out? Because we don't want that sneaking up on us at a later date.
You want me to beat something that's restrained to unconsciousness?
Yeah, okay, I heard that. Let's go upstairs.
Just tie another rope around it if you're really nervous.
Yeah,
maybe wrap something around its eye.
Don't worry, we won't hurt it, Lawrence. We're just nervous about it escaping.
You want me to wrap something around its eye?
I'm glad you're concerned about its well-being, but I am going to start cutting soon, so it can either be conscious or unconscious. The choice is yours, of course.
Can I see your scalpels?
Yes, they're all here, and the mage hand kind of does this sweeping gesture, all these rusty, blunt utensils across the...
They're a bit past their best. If you let me take them, I've got a sharpening stone. I'll go and get them nice and sharp and clean for you. You wouldn't want to ruin your experiment with rusty tools now, would you? Seeing as it's the only thing you've got.
Well, I suppose not, but... And you can make a persuasion check, please.
I probably can't. I'm pretty sure I can't. No, I gave it a few seconds for the guidance, but it didn't come, so I just rolled a natural 20.
Yes, that's awfully kind of you. Yeah, if you could clean them up a little bit, that would...
Okay.
So my best work is with sharp tools, of course.
Exactly. These don't look like they've been sharpened for hundreds of years, thousands maybe, and I'll roll them up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back shortly.
Well, I look forward to it. I will wait your return.
Very good, very good.
I'll begin prepping.
Okay. We can go upstairs.
That was really clever, Tom.
Was it? Well, I don't like seeing things tortured. That's not on.
Don't know what to do about what's going on downstairs.
I mean, it's ugly, but it doesn't mean it's bad.
You'd
It
try
looks-
to do something to hurt, but you would if you tied up, I suppose. But that poor man doesn't realise he's a brain.
I tried to tell him. I just think we need to get a mirror. Or if he's happy like that, I suppose we should probably leave him, but...
To realise his predicament, Doc, I think maybe we just leave him be.
Yeah, but he's
Isn't
cutting things
that-
up. He's hurting things and cutting things up. And
Presumably, I mean, you've taken, I don't know. How did he get other things? At the worst, he could hurt one thing, and we've stopped him doing that for the time being.
For the time being. And
Let's get the line from the poem, and we'll have to pass through on the way back.
yeah, if you see any mirrors, maybe show him what it looks like, so he believes that a brain in a jar is possible, and then stops feeling the need to put brains in jars.
what kind of existence is that?
I mean, he seems quite happy. Ignorance is bliss, but I'm no expert, but brains in jars is not the natural way of things. It's supposed to be brains in skulls. I mean, I appreciate it is a mystery what the brain does, but I think it's best leave him alone.
These people were clever, but is there such a thing as too clever, Red Reader? That circlet, that brain in a jar.
Well, I think that it's there's a difference between intelligence and wisdom, and I think perhaps they should be nurtured at the same time. I agree. There are things that you can do that perhaps you shouldn't. The school of
I'd like to
necromancy
think-
is it would fall into that category as far as I'm concerned.
I like to think we both make a pointed look at Velen.
Where is she?
She doesn't notice.
Look, there's a book over there, look. Good reader, you like books. Might be two. And a lot of bones.
Yeah, as you
Oh,
enter
what's
this room,
that?
what's my notes?
What's that green
There's
thing that
books,
just
overturned
moved?
tables, bones varying shapes and sizes lie strewn all about the floor. It's a smaller chamber again as the conical tower tapers. It's all covered in this green luminescent fungi. A well-preserved body lies twisted and broken on the floor, in amongst the rubble. In a corner of the room, as much as you can have a corner in a round room, the glint of a large green
everywhere.
gemstone can be seen half buried by the bones.
Look at that.
As
Last
Is-
time, just saying, Locke will remember this. Last time we saw something that was really enticing on a table, and there was a dead body next to it on the floor, all charred and burned and stuff. You picked it up, and Cass nearly died. So maybe don't pick that up. Just saying.
well, I came into the room like 5 minutes before everyone else, so I would like to say I already did.
Okay. You pick up this gemstone.
Nothing happens.
Eris, I'd like you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Okay.
Oh no. Charisma saving throws,
And so-
intelligence saving throws, that I dread those most of all. Why are all your
I
dice
did it
hidden?
privately.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if you right click, you can reveal it.
I have something to share with you.
It's your turn to be possessed. Maybe.
Okay, so if you look in player docs in the journal, you should see something called Y18 handout A.
That's mysteriously labelled.
And while Eris is reading that, yeah, so you have this rather valuable and well-cut looking emerald. Heard? What's everyone else doing?
I'm gonna have a look at the body, but I'm not touching it.
Yeah, you can make a medicine check if you'd like.
Okay.
Dead. Definitely dead.
It looks dead. It's not moving.
Your,
I'd like to
like,
have
your
a.
limbs aren't supposed to bend like that, so I think it's probably
No.
dead.
I'd like to just have a look around the room and see if there's possibly anything else of interest. I'm particularly looking for any magical items or any signs of traps or anything like that.
You can make an investigation check then, please.
May I also make a medicine check and attempt
Yes.
to show Tok how to inspect a body?
Nope.
Generally, if it's bent and broken, it's dead. That's all you need to know in my line of
Yes, you
work.
can see how it died, and that could give you a warning as to the things that we need to be wary of.
You don't see it. It's quite chaotic, Locke.
Yeah.
There's bones and rubble and bits of furniture and papers, and so you spend some time. But at this moment in time, you just really can't pick anything out. Medicine check. 22. So, Cass, you notice the body. You would say the cause of death would be severe bludgeoning trauma. You would imagine that the fall of the city out of the sky and the collapse of the tower on him is probably what killed him. But what is unusual is the fact that there's no decay. It's like a freshly deceased body. But you would know as a cleric that sort of magic is known and available, and it's not particularly high level. So sort of the gentle repose style spells.
I'll explain all of that to Tok.
I mean, yeah, it could be that, but it's also very cold in here.
As well.
Excuse me, but what is that? And I'll point to the gem that Herd is still holding, I take it?
He does still have it, yeah.
It's just a big gem.
Can I look at it for a second?
I will kind of like squat down and hold it out so that Eris can come over and have a little look at it.
And can we kind of move it around and just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a big gem?
Yeah, he'll just do that.
Is it heavy?
Not too heavy for you to hold and maneuver, and
Can
take it,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'll hold it. Doesn't do anything. There's no changes to the room.
Not that you notice.
Okay. What else is in the room? Table wise, container wise, anything else? And Eris is holding this gem in quite a weird way. She's
Well,
holding
I
it
mean,
and she's certain about it, but just looks uncertain at the same time.
you can take a look around the room as well if you want to make your own perception or investigation check.
I mean, Eris, you know, if Herd's attracted to it, it's probably dangerous. I wouldn't touch it.
Hey,
You do like to spring traps and things. Cass, if this thing, if
I
this
don't.
is reposed gently or whatever you called it, does that mean you can heal them?
Oh, sorry, I forgot it's still private. So that's
Yeah.
an 18 on the perception, just to see if there's anything that could contain something of similar size or something that seems to contain something of this kind of worth.
Yeah, you see a shattered cabinet underneath a lot of rubble. So you kind of focus in your search in that particular area. And I would say after about a minute of searching with that roll, you would find a diamond, similar sort of size.
Good grief.
I mean,
That's
around this.
We found 3 sapphires.
That is a big diamond.
This is a very big diamond. I believe it probably about 500 gold's worth.
How do you know how much it's worth?
It could probably bring him back if he's gentle reposed. Yeah, but we'd need to use up one of our diamonds, which that's a big diamond.
Yeah, also, this is a necromancy tower, so they could be a massive dig. No offence, Felin.
A little offence taken.
Supposed to have
That's
this
fine, I'll
happen.
get
This
over
would
it.
be this would be the tower for it.
Do we really want to be using your God-given powers on someone who's been dead for thousands of years that we don't even know?
Cass doesn't want to do it, I could do it.
I just want to do a little thing here for safety's sake, because this kind of thing has happened before. Eris, do you know what my first name is?
And I'll take out the little dagger I keep and put it to my own throat.
There we go.
Don't do that. Don't hurt her.
Just do as you said you were going to do. That is all I want.
What's going on?
There's a diamond. It is a very simple spell. If you don't do it, I will do it. But just do it. That is all. I don't want to hurt this. And I don't want to hurt any of you either. My interest does not lie with the living.
In exchange, then, your life for the line from the octet.
I have that currently, so.
Eris, I'm going to be honest, I don't get the joke, but can you put the knife down?
She's possessed, Doc.
Oh,
Position would imply that her soul is still in here, but at the moment, you were stupid enough to pick up the gem, which I now have. So, if you could cast your little spell, that would be much appreciated, and then you can have this back, and I can be myself, which would be a lot more suited at the moment.
Threadreader moves over the top of the corpse and his hands catch fire. And I look at him and say, use that knife, drop it first, and then we'll talk.
Unsure of how these negotiations work. Just listen to the lady. Cass, I believe, and
Drop the
If you
knife.
bring the body back.
slit her throat, I'll bring her
I-
back, not you.
You
Drop
might not be
The
able to.
knife, and I'll start moving my hands towards the corpse.
If you want to protect, it's a goblin. If you want to protect this little goblin girl that you seem also fond of, body back. I don't want to harm her or you, as I've said now multiple times.
We understand that. We've just been taken by surprise and would appreciate
How do you
knowing
think
who
I'd
we're
be?
bringing back.
If you put the knife
Bring
down,
me
then
back.
we can talk.
No, because if I put the knife down, I'm sure to be, I don't know, bound up. I'm small and weak in this situation. I'm also quite shocked as to the situation. This quite some time seems to have passed.
I'm going to cast. Oh, the fire disappears. I'm going to cast Fabricate to turn the knife in Eris's hand into a chain that clasps around the wrists of Eris's wrist. If I can do that, Steve. Is that something I can do?
Is it a touch spell?
No.
Oh, perfect. And
Oh,
as soon as I see the knife go, I will
If I can
move
do
to
it.
grapple her.
I will. What dimension door?
Oh no.
Okay. Eris disappears before your eyes.
And the cuffs will just drop because can I dimension door just
Yeah.
myself and not perfect.
Max,
Thread
everybody
Reader,
stop.
what did you just do to Eris?
I just got rid of the knife.
You made her disappear.
That was the creature that's in her head.
Well, for a moment, I thought it was gonna go well and smooth.
Through the door, Eris will step through the door and just be like, also now not holding the gem. Can we get back to the negotiation? Because I don't actually have to use an object to completely destroy this goblin girl of yours. So if you don't want to, I will cast the spell. That is not a problem. Just move out of the way.
What happens
And
to
then
her?
you can have her back and she'll be absolutely fine.
Will she though?
So I haven't hurt her.
So far, will she be fine if we let you cast this spell?
Yes, I just want to go back to my own body.
Do I think she's telling the truth, GM?
You can cast roll an insight, and possessed Eris can privately roll a persuasion or deception as she sees fit.
Just see what.
While Tuck's doing that, can I use 2 sorcery points to cast Detect Thoughts and just go with that?
Sure.
I'll cast the damn spell if no one else will.
I'm willing to cast the spell. You all seem to be misinterpreting what is going to happen here. What? It's not.
Right. Is she?
She's
What
telling the
are
truth.
her top
It's telling
thoughts?
the truth.
Basically?
Well,
Sorry, what was that?
I believe them for what it's worth.
And what am I getting, Steve?
Surface thoughts, Eris, or possessed Eris.
Pretty much just. What's that? Eris or possessed?
The thoughts of possessed Eris. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my life! Will they just hurry up? What in the world has happened?
Okay. I'd like to probe a bit deeper. Can it make a wisdom saving throw?
With your new wisdom stat,
Yeah.
if it's better. If it's not, then
No, well, I'll go with the new stat. Just because that seems
DC is
appropriate.
18.
1 second.
Oh, it's right.
ooh.
Yeah, no, it doesn't pass.
So what deeper thoughts, or what? How does it work? Are you looking for
Again,
something specifically?
Yeah, again, insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, something that looms largely in its mind.
Okay.
So basically, it should be honest about this. She's actually gonna leave.
You can give
Eris
Locke
unharmed.
some more honest motivations of possessed Eris.
Okay. It wants to get back to its body. Has no interest in Eris. Doesn't care about the rest of you. Just wants to get back to its own body.
But is Eris gonna be safe in the way that it wants to get back in its own body? That's what I'm
There
looking
is
for.
concern about the gem that it's taken from Herd. It's protecting it. It doesn't have any ill will. And you get the fact that it doesn't have any ill will and it's protecting this gem. Not good intentions, but it's not bad intentions.
Is the risk to Eris with what it's going to do?
It doesn't see there is any risk to Eris as long as the gem is looked after.
Okay. In that case, Locke will say to everyone else, right? I've probed a bit deeper, and I think the creature's been honest. And considering it's currently in control of Eris's body, probably for the best if we just let it handle it. It generally doesn't think it's going to harm Eris with what it's doing.
I've just noticed something in the lot of information that I've had to read.
I know there's a lot to dump on you, sorry.
Yeah.
Languages? Are we saying that I speak common, or do I just speak the ones that are listed?
You will have been speaking Loros, but with the amount of towers that you've done now and the documents that you've been able to, I'll say that although it feels like sort of our equivalent of like pidgin English or whatever, but you can work out the gist of it.
There's enough
the rest of the
people
party
that know
can work out the
Draconic
gist
and
of it.
Elvish to kind of figure it out.
There is some Draconic. I can do Draconic. I can also do Elvish. So there will have been. I was
I
just
speak both too.
I love Elvis, yeah.
okay, just to
I
make
know
sure that
Draconic.
Locke knows could actually read the thoughts in my mind.
Okay.
Alright, pass me this diamond and I'll bring this thing back.
I had no objection to doing it particularly. I just didn't like the way you were holding a knife to my friend's throat. Maybe next time just be honest.
Just you all went quite angry quite quickly.
You
Oh, well,
threatened
My
our friend.
friend, yes.
I don't know who any of you are. How am I supposed to know whether or not you mean me any harm?
In all fairness, we've been just as violent to anything we've encountered down here as this creature has been to Eris or us. So I
Yeah,
would do the
most
same.
of the things we've seen have been unliving or automatons with no brains.
I look like a
unliving, so-
corpse, and you are like a mini dragon.
That's a good look for me, I think.
Can someone, or would you at least allow me?
I've cast it already.
Do you have diamonds?
Oh, I'm gonna just walk over and take the diamond.
Oh,
Well, I mean that's not a given.
Just give me the diamond and I'll cast the hand spell.
Let them
And
cast it.
Let
Don't
them
waste-
how
cast
am I?
it.
Well, can't she cast it? She can cast it.
Well,
I
If-
told you I'm happy to cast it.
Why don't
You don't
you?
trust me, and I don't trust you.
You
okay,
cast
fine. Well,
it,
it's just someone fucking cast it.
but if our friend is unharmed, I won't harm you. when you come back. But if she is harmed, then you'll be straight back in.
I think she got it, Tom. Talk.
Mm.
I will walk over with my big ass diamond that Eris's body is probably holding quite awkwardly, and if no one intervenes, I will just make sure. Yeah, cast. It says raise dead on this. Is that what it's supposed to be?
It's a higher level version. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And sure enough, you see the broken body begin to stir, move, reform, reknit where it needs to. You see a very faint flash from the emerald. Maybe it depends where you've got it. Maybe most people wouldn't notice it, but you, Eris, would. The body stands up.
Eris?
What? Head feels funny. Why was everything green?
Thank God.
Thread reader, raise your dagger. What does the body look like, or the person? Do they look alive?
Yeah.
Okay. You just had a little funny turn, Eris. It's all fine now.
I think Eris will go and hide in Fred Reader's robes.
I do owe you a dagger. I'll explain later.
I've got a spare
Care
one.
about
You can have
dagger.
mine.
I just feel funny.
Well, greetings again once more. Guess we should reintroduce ourselves now.
Well, we could introduce ourselves for the first time.
I guess so. I was a little preoccupied. Apologies, and thanks for your trust. I am High Necromancer Kadavix. And thank you for your patience with me, and it's been some time since I've interacted with other living creatures, of course. Can you imagine?
It's understandable. You must have been quite scared.
You've been dead for a long time.
It's difficult to measure time. In the emerald there, but it served to keep my soul alive until such time as this.
I'm
And I'm
surprised your
sorry.
brain lasted then.
Sorry?
It
Lawrence.
just felt really weird in there. Time must be
Yes, I
really
do
slow.
apologise.
You go inside the emerald, Eris, when
Yeah, everything turned green. And I felt really small and...
Green is like literally my worst. It's my least favourite colour. Can't say I would like
Aw.
everything to be green. I mean, I like trees and stuff, but
Eris looked heartbroken.
and then I'll be like, oh no, I didn't mean.
She pulls her scarf up to cover her face.
I didn't mean you. I just like blue and red.
Luck will walk up to Eris and drop down on one knee, so they're kind of in similar heights, and say to her that
Close
yeah,
to me.
I can't imagine that was fine, Eris. I'm really sorry. It's going to take you a minute before you process it, speaking from experience. But please know you didn't harm any of us while you were away.
Come on.
But
Oh, you missed it. Cass
Something.
explained, like I think the body was gently reposed or something. That's pretty much where I lost track of what was going on. But I think
you're
there was,
wondering
like,
about the
dead
mechanics of the
person.
whole situation. I don't see any harm in sharing. This tower itself, of the nature of the study here, there's a permanent order of gentle repose cast on this tower. Fortunately for me, of course. Yes,
Fancy.
everything.
Amazing.
I'm sorry to say, you may be the last soul in this city, from what we've seen so far.
Apart from Lawrence, if that counts.
Lawrence doesn't count, stupid boy. What does count is I'm the last alive.
We
Well,
have
Well,
that's
Lord
assuming you
Can't
are
Lord.
alive.
be.
well, Lawrence is around, but well, you'll see for yourself.
This is a creature he possesses downstairs, but you also do we don't know, we haven't checked the whole city, but there's there are consciousnesses, if that's the right way of putting it. I mean, there's an anvil that talks in the
Oh yes.
we found
Met a
that.
very nice candelabra.
And yes, the creatures in the Tower of Enchant as well, the enchanted decorations. I don't know what else to call
Yes,
them. I
yes.
didn't mean to be, that wasn't meant to be derogatory in any way, but more just as an explanation. But yes, you're the only person in the more traditional sense that we've met.
And you've been to the Tower of Enchantment.
Yes.
Several others.
And
Yeah.
Was that the
no
gravity
living.
one? There was that person
Ivera?
with the crown on, who was like
The
alive.
crown, she still wears my gift.
She was kind of
Sad.
frozen and
Mind had gone.
yeah. So
But she is alive. Maybe I can restore her.
I mean, she's dead, I'm afraid, but she's not been dead very long. I mean, if you were to tell us the bit of an octet,
His gaze drifts to Eris, and he spots the crown that you're wearing.
Can't hear you, Hazel.
Am I still covering my head at this point out of shame from talk?
Oh, well, yeah, maybe, I guess so. I guess he doesn't spot it then, but yeah.
I'm
She
afraid
was,
that she was
suffering, so we
not knowing that it was a kindness we felt to remove the crown from her head and let her pass, and we didn't know that you were here, obviously, or yeah.
It was only about 30 minutes ago, so you could maybe get to her in time, but her mind was gone. I don't know if your magic can fix that.
Wait, we have. I'll get the bag of holding. I'll get her out.
Oh yeah.
Or I don't know if you want to see this. Actually,
She's in here.
we brought her with us to give her a proper burial.
So that means your gently reposing has worked as soon as we brought her in here, right? Did I
It
say
should,
that right?
yes, if the magic of the tower still works.
I'm not sure would it work.
Ivera, my love.
Because it's sort of different dimension, I think.
Well, hang on. I'll stick my arm in the back if I don't pull her out. I mean, you might want to. Well, you're a necromancer. You probably won't care.
He sinks to his knees and holds her head in his lap. He gently weeps.
Oh.
Very sorry for your loss. And I'm sorry for the part we played, but she was being held inert by something else in the tower, which we got rid of, I suppose, and then this is why we think she perhaps lost her mind. She was stuck, immobile, and unable to control or even to pass. So we thought we were doing a kindness. I'm sorry.
You can make a persuasion check, please. Alas, I'm cursed. My school of study focuses only on death and on life, and do not have the resources to cast the spell once more. I fear I cannot go on without my true love.
But you could cast it if you had the resources.
It depends how long she's been dead for, right?
She can't have
Which
been
one
dead
is
more
it?
than about half an hour. About an hour, maybe. Or did we kill her
think
and
you
then
c-
long
I think-
rest?
I think Ray's dead gives you. Oh, not
It's
Ray
like
dead.
100 years or something.
Yeah,
Ray's
Ray
dead.
said
Yeah,
he's
it's
a
much
ridiculous
longer.
man because the Revivify wouldn't have
10
worked.
days.
10 days. Well, she's not been dead a day. Officially.
And now she's gentle reposing.
Yes.
If you were to return her, would she still be suffering as she was? In her mind, I mean.
I think not with the raised dead magic.
Cast
Cures
those.
all ailments as part of the process.
Then
Might it be possible?
is there any look at Cass and is there any way we can help?
Those diamonds are for Sigrid and Anna. It took me years to get those. And worst case, those are for you. For any of you. If all this goes wrong.
We know she's okay. Well, she's in the condition to be brought back if she's kept here. Is there anywhere else in this city that we could find diamonds?
A very common ingredient for spell casting. I'm sure there will be some more in this city, but it's time. What's been left, what's been pilfered after all these years, looted from this city.
I don't think many have been through here until recently.
Is there any way to turn the emerald into a diamond?
What, like paint it?
Like
That would be
it?
Like paint
more
it
like
clear?
transmutation. I'm afraid that's also not in my remit.
What is with the giant emerald anyway?
Magic jar spell, and I'm able to store my essence in time of need. It looks like all is lost.
Well, She
I
is-
don't blame you. You did what you thought was right, and as you say, you acted as you believed in kindness. And perhaps after all those years, maybe it was, but there's nothing for me in this new world.
You are the last of an extraordinary people, and there is hope for her yet. Look, in the interests of transparency, the reasons we are here is because there is a threat to the world. I'd say the world above. I don't know how much you realize happened. Your city crashed. It's been buried under snow and ice for thousands of years. We have come here to seek out some sort of power or weapon that can help us defeat the creature which plagues the world above, but as my friend says, we need the diamonds that we have in case we fall in our fight. We appreciate your civilization has fallen, and this is a lot to take in, but we are trying to save ours right now. But we would like to help you once we address this.
If
Yeah, you're right.
we find something
My
that
people,
in the city, then we can.
my people and my time have passed. I'm the last. And I don't belong in this world. It's your time now. We had our chance.
Do you really care for her?
Yes, of course. That's why I gifted her the crown I made. Alas, you told me and informed me of her whereabouts, so at least I can go at peace, knowing that you ended her suffering. I will.
How many diamonds do you need?
That would be 500 golds worth.
You've waited thousands of years. Can you wait a little longer? Let us finish what we are here to do, and then maybe we can come back and...
Cass, there's every chance that we won't get out of here. Let's be honest.
But you could wait just a bit more just in case we do. And can Eris, while she's been wrapped up in like Fred Reader's robes, kind of hiding behind his knees and like then covering her face because Tok was mean about her being green, can she have taken the circlet off and just be kind of not showing it?
You can make a sleight of hand check.
Can I do it with advantage because I was wrapped up in a load of clothing and not being watched?
Sure.
Thank you.
Look, this isn't a creature.
I am not good.
Oh dear.
I drop it and it clatters
Drop
to
it.
the floor. Excuse me, but the crown that you mentioned.
Yes.
We do, as it does appear to be your belongings. We do also have that, but
You've dropped it.
Sorry.
You've dropped it. And I'll be like gesturing really unsubtly.
Like, she is aware. The reason she's talking about it is very much so she's just kind of now trying to talk. We didn't mean to take it. We didn't know it was a gift from you.
Your world and your time has its own troubles now. If they're anything like ours, You need all the help. Oh, there's a cat's ass. And you will need all the help you can get. I will give you the line of the octet that's associated with my tower. I thank you for your kindness in allowing me to feel my own skin one last time.
I have
And to hold my love
diamonds.
one last time.
I have diamonds.
Please,
He's
I
right.
think you
We
will
need
need
all the
them.
help we can get.
Maybe she
I
can
fear
help
you
us.
will need them. And he will tell you the line, which I don't know. It might be in. Is it in yours? In the hand I'll give you.
I didn't see it, but I also missed the languages.
Shit, I can't find it. So he'll tell you the line.
At a later date.
The line is shit. I can't find it.
And Tok, I'm glad you didn't get to finish what you were trying to say, because yes, there is every possibility we might die, but the reason we've come this far is because we believe that we won't and that we can do it. So don't finish that thought.
But they love each other, and if we don't get out of here, we've left him alone.
I would also like to take that personally. I've seriously considered suicide by heroics.
That's not what I'm talking about. I don't want to die. I kind of have found things to live for during all of this, but we need to face facts. This is not a creature, this is a goddess. This is a cruel, fickle goddess that wants us frozen, dead.
Yeah, but we must also accept that this does sound like a suicide mission.
As you're having this debate, you notice that Kadavix has stopped moving, and the breath no longer forces his torso up and down, and he just sits there motionless with his love in his lap, cross-legged. And anyone who isn't at full hit points, he kills himself via life transference, so you fill up HP, whoever's missing.
I'm only missing
think
one,
it-
but that makes me very sad.
I think it might be you, Herd, that's missing most.
7.
Yeah, no one's really at ill health.
Take it back. Perhaps there are some good people who work in the School of Magic.
He's not gone back in the emerald again, has he?
Canaris, check the emerald. Don't you
Yeah.
see anything in it?
There's no outward appearance of anything.
I think he's just dead.
Made a choice.
Well, hopefully he's passed on this time. I don't think a life without someone that you care about is really worth living.
Did I hurt anyone? I
No.
said I didn't. Did I try to?
No, you the reason I owe you a dagger is that he tried to threaten us by holding your dagger to your own throat, and I reacted badly and panicked and changed the dagger into those shackles on the floor, so I was worried about him hurting you, but I think he was just scared in the end and didn't understand that, our nature. So no one else was hurt. Todd was telling the truth.
I was just in this. It hasn't been long, has it?
It was moments. Oh no! Oh, I can't believe what I said about green. I did not think. I didn't mean it like that, Eris.
And you just see her start to look sad again, and she just shuffles behind Fred Reader's legs.
I've got blue eyes. Green doesn't go. I meant clothes and things. I didn't mean you. Of all the things that are green, you are my favourite one.
She's out of sight.
Shit.
The good thing is that, one good thing is that, we can be sure that that tiara really isn't going to do you any harm. I mean, he made it and gifted it to the woman he loved, so he would not have made it to hurt her.
It's very true. I wouldn't give Cass anything that was dangerous. And then I'll start walking down the stairs.
You'll just hear, like, Eris just, what? Huh? Kind of gasps of realisation at what Tocker's just said.
Yeah, he probably hasn't realised himself. It's a bit slow like that.
I would like to arrange the bodies so they are comfortably laid down and close the eyelids, because that would be creepy if they weren't. And say a little. I'm sure there's some sort of ritual within the Church of Lathander for saying goodbye to someone, and just do that all quietly.
As Cass is doing that, can Eris just walk up and take their hands and have it so that they're holding hands?
Yeah. Sure.
That's nice, Eris.
And then as we start to walk out of the tower, Eris, who would normally kind of take Cass's hand or Frederica's hand, normally she'll take Locke's. She'll just walk in step with Locke.
Oh. It's very sweet. Doc will feel extremely awkward in trying to say anything mean.
Yeah, she will pretend it's not happening. She'll go full teenager on it, where she wants to be nice to you, but she can't actually be nice to you because you kind of scare her. But you've tried to be nice, and she'll pay you back.
Oh,
okay.
Any of the books look in reasonable condition, I'll grab them. Just shoot them up as we're leaving.
Most everything in the room is destroyed. Anything of use, which would be magical, which means not time ravaged, I guess, would be on Kadavix himself. If you want to take a look.
No, it's disrespectful. I was going to give them to Velin, actually, so we never give her anything.
As you all come down the stairs, Tock will be stood at the bottom. Oh, did you cremate them so we had ashes of the dead then?
There's others who are dead.
What? Oh, I thought that's what you were doing.
Seem
We cremate something we have less.
Fred Reader
Haven't had a conversation with.
Okay.
I felt so terrible for those two.
I feel more sorry for her. I mean, I guess the view was beautiful in a way, but it wasn't good enough to stare at for thousands of years, was it?
Such a shame how
she never then reach the person that she loved.
I was going to say the same thing, Eris. It's such a shame that the gift given for loving reasons like that turned out to have such a cruel consequence for her. It's tragic.
I mean, I feel like we missed an opportunity there. He might have been able to tell me how to save the children. He might have been able to bring them back, and he just gave up.
He'd do to be himself again if he was me.
A few moments later, Velin comes down the stairs, pulling her coat together.
If she's got a skeleton, if she's got
Sky-
one of them walking behind her,
This guy was the most accomplished necromancer I have ever had the honor of talking with. And he cast necromantic spells. You guys have no issue. I don't understand.
Do it to cause harm.
We have judged you unfairly.
no,
I don't
we
think so.
haven't. I said some words of prayer over someone, and you mocked me by raising them as an animated corpse. We have not judged her unfairly.
So that it might protect you from your enemies.
Do I look like I need protecting, such that I need a skeleton to do it?
You, not so much, no, but look around.
What you do is your business, but don't expect me to like it or agree with it. We've not harmed you. We've escorted you here, and let's face it, I'm almost as good a wizard as you are, and that's saying something. You would not have got in here without us.
This I know.
But we haven't hurt you either. So you don't have to like me, I don't have to like you. And we'll leave it at that.
And we don't have to fight.
But the reality is, Velin, the frostmaiden's looking for us now. And you remember those cold light walkers from when we fought the dragon.
Yes, I do.
And I think you're out of your league here. And maybe...
I think, unfortunately, maybe we all are.
Do you wish to help us, Velin, in that fight? Or when she arrives, will you?
Of course I do. If you do not survive that fight, then I do not survive that fight. Our fates are linked, whether we like it or not.
Then talk. You know how I feel about the things we've seen Velin do as well. We've all voiced it, and from what I can see, Velin doesn't seem to understand the way we feel, but has good intentions all the same. There's a lack of connect, which it doesn't look like we're going to ever reverse. But I would
I'm
much rather
learning.
die fighting with friends.
I'm learning what you find distasteful, and I try to steer clear of those things.
It's hard to steer clear of yourself.
Touche.
I'm never going to like what you do. But if you're willing to go to the end and risk it all to help all of those that are alive in the Dales, then I don't have to like you to respect you. And if you stay with us and fight with us, then you will earn my respect. That's all I can offer.
Then I will take it.
No such luxury permitted from me for you, unfortunately.
It is as it is. So, shall we continue while the threats close in on us?
Yes.
Let's go.
And I take Tok's hand and say, thank you for trying. If our time isn't running out, I don't want to spend it in fighting.
Okay. I'll try. If it makes you happy, and I know happy is far out of reach here, but I'll try.
I have green eyes, you know.
Ugh.
Awkward.
A little way away, you'll just hear. At least it's not green skin.
I'm not very clever. I'm really sorry. Like, the thought was like in my head, and then it was out of my mouth, and I upset.
I'm just
Eris.
teasing.
Oh,
It's okay.
how do I apologise to Eris? Could you get like a
Just-
little sign that says teasing on it and hold it up when you're doing it so that I know? And then I
Just
can
say
laugh.
it like I just did. I was trying to lighten the mood. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Just
it was
keep.
it was brilliant. Yeah, well, eyes are green, aren't they? And Eris is green. I hadn't really noticed she was green, and now I'm feeling really bad because I said that I don't like green very much. It's my least favourite colour, and that's kind of rude.
Just keep apologizing, and she'll realize you didn't mean it that way.
Maybe I should just learn to just shut up, just not
No,
talk.
no. We like it when you waffle.
Hmm. Yeah. What are we going to do about Lawrence? And the big Gribbly. It might be very
You
nice.
return. You have my sharpened utensils.
Yeah, the unfortunately they're a bit too far gone, I'm afraid. So we were going to pop out, see if we can find some new ones for you.
Make a deception check, please.
It's like me doing deception.
I love this. If you roll high, it's brilliant.
I always leave a little space, hoping that there'll be a guidance, but it never comes. Yeah.
Because I have faith. Cass has faith.
I never get a crit in combat though.
Well, I must say, I don't like waiting, but I guess it will be what it will be. I will be here waiting for your return.
Okay.
And he
Actually,
quickly wipes his smiley face off and draws on a frowny, upset face.
I've got just the thing for you, just while you're waiting, and I will take out that hat that I took from the theatre and I'll put it on his jar.
I
Very dapper.
have to ask. You are in denial about the fact you are just a brain in a jar, but you're taking the effort to draw smiley faces depending on your mood on the jar.
I don't think that's very funny.
I am not in a very humorous mood.
He's just trying to communicate.
He's trying to make the best of his lot in
Life
life.
is a brain in a jar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm ever a brain in a jar, please just squish me.
If I'm a brain in a jar, but I have magic hands and can still help people, I would like to still help people.
Okay. I'm not gonna have magic hands. Let's face it.
And
Right.
I'm sure Fred Reader could make a spell that can float me around, so I can still go places with you all. I don't have to be alone.
You might need to give Threadreader that crown because Goliaths don't live very long.
Oh,
Neither do
Netherese
goblins.
needs it more than me.
Really?
I don't think goblins live even shorter lives than Goliaths.
I thought that was just a life of violence. I thought if they, if they lived in a nice peaceful place without all the violence and the frostmaiden and stuff, that they actually live for a really long time. Have you tried it?
He's not exactly the violent type, is he?
Well, I think I'm about 30% of, nearly 30% of the way through my life expectancy, which means I don't know how to cast. I don't know how to explain numbers to talk.
She's about 30 in human years.
I can count, I'm not that stupid.
No, because her life expectancy isn't 100. Still quite young.
But
To be honest, I'm more than 30% through mine.
how old are you?
I don't know what Firbolg's life
First time
expectancy is.
around or second time around? First time around I was 32. Been around for 2 years since then, so I guess makes me 34. It's hard to tell with Dragonborn. I think we're wrinkly to start with. Or scaly.
I don't know what the life expectancies are for Firbolgs, and I don't know how old I am. So, it's a whole bag of mysteries for me.
Well, from what I know of giants, I think giants can live quite a long time.
Hooray.
I can tell you're loving life.
In the interests of completing this tower, can I see if there are any shiny reflective surfaces within this room?
Yeah, there would be a few, I guess, stainless steel-esque surfaces that he uses for his operating equipment. Trays.
Are you going to show him that he's a brain in a jar?
I think you should just show him and say, look, you've did it.
Can I just do one thing first to bring me a brief moment of joy?
Is it going to be a dick move?
Probably.
I'm going to turn around and polish this tray.
I'm going to walk over, and with both hands I'm going to pick up the jar that this brain is in, and then I'm just going to shake the jar.
I'd like you to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Oh dear.
Consequences?
I know my
I
consequences.
love the consequences.
My consequences have actions. My actions have consequences. 13.
Oh.
I miss Snitch.
It's like 11 psychic damage, please. Just a psychic blast just bursts into your brain, just scrambles.
Please put him down.
He's already down. Herd is just standing still, motionless. He remains that way for the next minute.
Can I go up and shake Herd?
Yeah.
Just not
He's
not
vacant
with the
again.
same vigor, but just like, are you okay? Kind of.
I mean, I can give it a go if you want me to shake him. He's quite big, but
Too hard.
I don't know what all this nonsense is about. 1 minute you're off to sharpen my tools, the next your colleague here is shaking me by the throat.
I'm
I mean,
really
colleague's a
sorry.
strong word.
I think he was just curious.
Took leave of his senses, man.
Lawrence, how would you feel if you realized you had finally proven your theory that you had managed to preserve a brain?
Well, I could finally prove my old mentor once and for all, and I have reached the levels that he accused me and said I could never reach.
But your mentors have gone.
Well, still, points of pride now, I suppose.
Bring
You
it
would
to
be proud.
himself.
Well, yes.
I am sorry if this is shocking or painful, but remember you said you would be proud. Be proud, and I will hold
If
up the tray.
I'll be proud if I have completed the works, yes. I see. What you're showing me here is a painting of what I would like to achieve. You've envisioned it quite well. This is what I would like to do, yes.
No, look.
Can
I'm gonna-
Can you pull a face for us, Lawrence? Pull a face.
Can I walk around the back as well and like appear in like the background of the reflection to show that it's not a painting?
Right, that's... I mean... That can only mean... That I? What are you saying?
You're a brain in a jar.
You did it.
You succeeded, Lawrence. You're a genius.
You are a genius. I mean, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure you are a brain in a jar. It's very unlikely that you're a jar with a brain in it, because jars don't talk.
And
Or
you
do
think
nature?
I did this?
What other explanation
Well,
would
there's
there
no
be?
one else here.
Somebody else did it to me?
Boom! You're the only one here.
You're literally the last living thing in this whole place, except for whatever that is.
Well, I suppose. Persuasion again, please.
From who?
Well, I think probably
whoever's talking.
Oh,
And you
not
can do it with
me
advantage because there's a few.
again. I mean, I'm no expert on pretty
I
much
was
anything.
really hoping I'd get this one.
I think you should
Go
get
for it.
this one. I'm no expert on anything, but I suspect, like, doing the procedure probably affected your memory, so you don't remember doing it. But I'm pretty sure you did it. Oh no. Oh.
I mean,
Right,
yeah,
from
I
everyone
think-
else? 17 was the first roll either way.
The dice
guess.
showed us a 1, and I was like, what?
Oh, yes, I suppose. I suppose I've finally done it then.
I
wonder
have
you're-
to say, it's very impressive the way you've been using Mage Hand so dexterously to do all your tasks as if you were really in the room. You know, as if you had a body still.
I suppose it is, rather, yes.
You can
I
keep
know.
the hat as well.
Well,
Doesn't
I
suit
thank
me.
you. Thank you so much. We'll keep the dust off my lid.
There you go. You did it, Lawrence. Well done.
Anything we can do for you, Lawrence.
You're a genius.
Lawrence, do you?
Oh, the mage hand kind of brushes imaginary fluff off the front of his jar. Oh, well.
Oh, allow me, and I'll draw the smile bigger.
I have an idea, Lawrence. I'll get piece of paper and I'll write something down. You may know this spell already, but I'll write it down for you anyway. And I shall write him down the spell for Unseen Servant. And,
Oh no, I don't know this one.
oh, well, this one, it creates a sort of an unseen, an unseen servant. They can hold your jar and walk around, and it'll be as if you're wandering around the room.
That might be particularly useful. Thank you so much for this.
No problem at all. I'll leave this here with you.
Thank you. This is my next project.
There you go. Maybe you can just let that thing go in about an hour after we've gone.
Sure. I have no need for it now.
Exactly.
Or if you're especially nice to it, rather than trying to dissect it, it might be willing to help you out, provided you have a line of communication.
Maybe. Let's see. Well, best of luck. Safe travels.
Best of luck to you too.
Perhaps I'll see you again soon.
Maybe.
And we're already 10 minutes past.
Yeah. Well, keep calm, don't lose your head. We'll be off.
Oh, for God's sake.
Gotta end with the pun. Come on.
Come on, it's dad jokes.
No, you don't. You do not have to in any way, shape, or form.
Tom's like...
Lawrence, champion. You did it. You finally did it.
He really did cut the mustard in his jar, didn't he?
He did, yeah. No glass ceiling in that position.
Yeah. I mean,
So
Lawrence is one of those people that you could probably label quite easily.
Doesn't like to be pigeonholed.
No.
They just can't contain themselves, can they?
Oh, yes.
Exactly. You have to wonder what he's hiding in his cupboard.
Listen, anyway, we'll shelve that for now. I just want to remind you that you've got 2 lines tonight out of tonight's session.
Oh.
This tower and from the woman from the enchanted.
How many have we got
tower.
now then?
So I think there's only of all the towers you've done, there's only 1 missing, I believe.
So
there's 2 towers left.
We've got 5
6 towers. Yeah, 5 octads.
I have 5 lines already. We think we have to get the 6th.
It turns out that chain lightning is just dodgeball, but with an electric volleyball.
It is. I read it as well. I was like, it's dodgeball with an electrified ball.
Did I share the rules? I can't remember if I did that.
You did.
Yeah.
I did it. Yeah. Okay.
You know what the 3 Ds of chain lightning are?
If you can dodge a wrench, if you dodge a halberd, you can dodge a ball.
It was 5 Ds.
Right, David.
Duck, dodge, dive,
dodge. Yeah.
And
See you,
Davey.
I'll have to fucking Google what they are now.
It was dodge, duck, dive, something.
Dodge.
Yeah,
Dodge was dodged twice. Oh dear.
5 Ds of dodgeball. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
New dodge was 2 of them.
I can't find where I saved that handout for the rules. Never mind, as long as you've got them anyway.
Yeah.
In my notes, if you need it.
It turns out it's nothing like turnip ball.
Thank you very much, Steve. That was awesome.
Thank you, Steve.
The multiple emotional faces, emotional range of Lawrence here for you all to witness.
I loved Lawrence.
Lawrence is a corker.
Trying to remember that you're talking to a brain in a jar with a face drawn on it.
I don't think use Mitch hand to draw a different emotionless faces.
Lawrence confused her immensely with the wait, you're in denial that you're a brain in a jar, but you're taking the effort to draw your expressions on your jar.
I think you would lose your mind if you lost your brain. That wasn't a pun. That was an accident.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
pretty
after
good.
a few hundred years, everyone loses their bottle.
Ooh.
I had to get one in there somewhere.
Do you think
Yes.
do you think Lawrence is a glass is half full or a glass is half empty kind of guy?
I would say half full now.
Do you
Maybe
zone
he
out
wasn't
the
at the beginning.
conversation and only think of try to think of puns, or do they just come naturally? I want to know. Why am
It's
I
a little
not?
It's a little bit of both, in all honesty.
We're just wired that way. It's like a survival trait, I think. I'm not sure how it helps us survive though.
Half the glasses, it just comes naturally, and the other half is the empty half is I have to figure them out because I have to make this look fuller than it is.
Yeah, exactly. I was a bit worried when we first met him that he might be pickled, but he's actually quite.
But he really opened up then, and towards the end, he was sort of beginning to pour his heart out.
Oh dear.
But it's nice to meet a nice brain in the jar. He was much nicer than the one I had in the little one shot I ran for everyone last time.
Ah.
Yeah, he didn't have faces drawn on him. That's
No,
all
he
that was
didn't.
missing.
He was masquerading as an old man, which is considerably worse, I think.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the key. It's the expressions. Otherwise, it's like having a conversation over text. You can't get the nuance of feelings. You've got to have a pen on the jar every time.
He's an autistic-friendly brain in a jar.
It's basically the equivalent of mood spoons. I remember working in a team where they had mood spoons, and if someone was in a bad mood, they would have a little plastic spoon from the canteen and it'd have a grumpy face drawn on it, a bit like the bottom right one there. And if they were in a happier mood, they'd have a smiley face on it. So if someone was grumpy, you knew not to approach them that day unless you really had to.
That's a really good
I
idea.
like that.
Or if you really needed a spoon to stir your tea or something, you could just...
Yeah, you'd end up with Sharpie in it. But that's why Tok asked Cass for a little sign to say when she's winding him up, because he doesn't know. Right. Thank you very much. I enjoyed tonight. I'm going to stop the stream.
It was very nice to be back. Thank you, guys. Sorry I've been away for so long.
Mate.
I'm only
Life
back
happens.
I'm only back for another session, and then I'll be off again for a couple of weeks.
Okay, mate. No worries.
No worries.
We're here.
Yes, we shall be here.
I'm always here, except for the times when I'm not.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there was more knots than was lately, but hopefully you're back with us.
Yes.
Good.
Right. I'm going to be off because I'm still kind of recovering from being ill. I'll see you guys next week.
See
No
you
worries,
soon.
mate. Take it easy, pal.
Bye-bye.